I think we should hold on like 2 locations, like sun and moon or something.
You would win that way, but would you see as much action?
Yeah, would it be as exciting?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get it.
There is a form of multimedia entertainment beyond that which is good. These games are as vast in number as they are terrible. They dwell in the dark recesses of history, unearthed from the pits of the bargain bin. These are the games of horror. This is Garbage Game Night.
Welcome to Garbage Game Night, a podcast about games that find their way to the refuse bin of history. Is it their fault? Was the competition just too steep? Were they underappreciated? History, nay, fate has ordained that we alone are the judges of that. So first, let me introduce my co-conspirators this evening. Let's see, Tom, how you doing tonight, Tom?
Hello, I am doing well, sir.
Excellent. Glad to have you. And Victor, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing so well. Things are going real
so
smooth.
Good. No technical issues at all. Glad to have
Not
you
a
back.
one. Yep.
Perfect.
Good.
And Frank, are you plugged back in?
Yeah, I'm plugged back in.
Awesome.
I think I fixed it. Maybe
Okay,
not.
Maybe
we'll find
not.
out shortly.
Maybe you won't have a recording, and they'll just be
there's
dead
a recording.
air.
There just might be every now and then a little audio something.
Maybe I'll just cut you out of the final recording too, and it'll just be dead air. Yeah. All right.
I understand.
Before we get into the game we're playing this evening, let's have a little trash talk section. First, we're going to review the game we did last week. That was, of course, Candice DeBebe's incredibly trick lifestyle. Victor and Tom, you weren't here with us, but Victor, I assume you have no idea what I'm talking about. Would you like to take a guess about what Candice DeBebe's incredibly trick lifestyle is about?
I think it's about prostitution.
Oh, so close. It feels right
Pimpin'
up that
ain't
lane.
easy.
Magical weotch named Candice DeBebe, who is a pop star sensation as well, writes all of her own music, and that is the background to the game. It is, as one reviewer called it, 100% pure unadulterated folk art, and it is.
That was my second guess, by the way.
And I had a mix of horror and excitement. Horror-citement, I think it's called. That the official Candice Twitter account, which I referenced several times in that episode, is now following GGN. And I don't know if that's a threat or they're just a fan, but we enjoyed our time with Candice DeBebe, and it was definitely an experience.
Were you guys like largely positive, or?
I think so. I think we all came around to it. Actually, Frank, tell me what you were telling me.
Tell me what you were telling me.
So that week, I had to work on a movie, and it was like crazy hours and all this whatever, But I was doing sound, and if you're doing sound on a movie, you have a lot of downtime, So I was listening to music during the downtime, and I, kind of perused the rest of the Candice DeBebe catalog because there was how many tracks for the first game that we played, Chris? Was it like 13 or something?
Yeah, it was 13, 14 or so.
Yeah, so I perused most of those because we only played about half the game or a quarter of the game or something. So I kind of like checked out the later tracks, and then there's a Christmas album, so I kind of checked that out too.
Yeah.
And it's just the music is very unique, unlike any other, and I recommend everyone should really check it out at one point or another.
Frank,
I
you said you had a lot of downtime. I mean, yeah.
When you're working on the movie, doing sound, yeah.
Frank, I've worked with you on movies, and you're needed a lot.
No, not really.
Audio
No.
is a huge part of film.
And he's like,
no, man. No, because this was. I mean, they would do setups where it's like it'd be like an hour, 2 hours, like, and then we had a lot of closed set stuff because there were a lot of intimate things. And so they wouldn't have sound in there until like the last minute right before we started rolling. Now
I know what kind of movie you did.
It was
ashamed of you.
Yeah,
you don't need to explain. You don't need to explain.
You know what's actually funny about that? It's like you would think, oh man, it must have been pretty like, risque, and it really wasn't. It was like guys, this isn't even like a softcore porno. You know what I mean? But it was one of those things of like, times have changed now. So people want to be more considerate about those things, which I get. That's important.
I see. So like when they're setting the scene up, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like, but even when we were filming, I was like, it still wasn't even, it was just.
I'm giving you a hard time, Frank.
I'm more questions than answers at this moment.
I know that
when the movie comes out, I'll tell you, and you watch it, like, oh yeah, that was really tame.
Yeah. We gotta keep going with this game. So
yeah, sorry.
Other things going on in the gaming world. We're talking a little bit before we started recording about Multiversus. Is a game that just came out, Smash-like game based on the Warner Brothers universe, which still doesn't seem real to me. We'll probably play a little bit after stream today, actually. But is there anything else you guys want to to talk about? Games you're playing?
Yeah, so I've been playing some multiverse, so No Man's Sky, and of course Fortnite. It's a different game than Smash Brothers, like playstyle wise, I think.
But if you were to compare it to anything, you would start with Smash Brothers.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a brawl and beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it. Is like some people still prefer Brawlhalla as far as a non-Smash Smash game goes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Brawlhalla is more of like Smash, where it's more fast-paced. Like everyone's fight moves are similar enough. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or there's some
basic
diversity.
attacks
Because like I
and
feel like in
everything.
multiverses, the fight styles are way more distinct, and like I don't know. To me, it feels like each character you have to kind of play it for a little while to really learn it more so than Smash. Even though they do have their own differences, but I still feel like there's less of a gap in Smash Brothers as compared to multiverse.
Yeah, it seems like it's finding an audience though, so that's cool.
Yeah, no, I mean it's still very popular,
Yeah.
and it's free. So I mean,
Did I make this up, or did they? I thought I'd heard that they were going to put Gandalf in the game. And
Yeah.
I don't know all the characters, but they definitely could.
Yeah, that is one of them.
Do they own the licensing for that?
Yeah.
What kind of world
they
are we
could-
in that
they-
we're
they
like
could
worried
put,
about like what
Dumbledore.
giant corporations own what entities?
Yeah, it's too many.
Yeah,
They definitely could put Dumbledore.
Did they? What
They
a
have Harry
what a
Potter.
world.
But,
Yeah, I thought that was Universal.
Oh wait, that is you. Well, no, you don't.
I don't know.
No,
I
because
don't care.
Harry Potter's on HBO.
Is it? Okay.
I think they just have a deal with Universal for the thing, so I don't think.
Oh, okay. I mean, it seems like they're in a position
Oh, wait,
in
is
which
it?
that like same as Fortnite, that they want to be able to get the games from the or properties from the outside, and like I mean Fortnite's obviously at the point where it's like entities are clamoring to get their characters in there for the viewership that it'll get, like putting Pac-Man in there. Namco's like, yeah, please put Namco in there. I'm sure they didn't have to pay much of anything, so I'm sure they're
And
positioning to
Dragon
get
Ball
them.
Z, they're coming next
that's
week,
the next
I believe,
event.
or this week.
Yeah,
So
for
that'll be
for
fun to
Fortnite,
see
yeah.
Goku with a gun. 'Cause it is fun, you know what I mean? People give it
Yeah.
shit, but it's like, nah, it's fun to see Goku with a, like Naruto with a gun. Who doesn't love that?
Yep, sure. Spider-Man with a gun. Let's see it.
Spider-Man. I have two Spider-Mans. I have normal Spider-Man, and then I have what's his face? What's the kid?
Darth Vader web slinging. Why not?
Miles
You know?
Morales.
No, the white kid. The
Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Peter
I have Tom
Parker?
Holland Spider-Man, where it's Tom Holland's face on
That's
That
Spider.
was your
like this,
description of him?
Oh, really? It's like the
It's Tom
person,
Holland's face,
Tom
yeah. And
Holland.
then
Okay.
it made it easy for them because then they did Uncharted, and then it's just the same face. It's
They
on
brought the same face. Gotcha.
the Uncharted body, and then but then when you bought that, you also got like the game Nathan Drake too, so you got both of them at the same time. It was cute, but
All right. Anyone else have any other things you're playing? Anything else you want to mention?
We've been in a drought. We're excited for some games in the future, but at the moment we're kind of fresh out.
Yeah, it's been a quiet month or so of new games dropping. There's a game called Cult of the Lamb that came out that some people are enjoying. It's okay, but there's not a whole lot going on, to be honest. The new Modern Warfare 2. It's a mess of naming conventions, but it's the new Call of Duty that's coming out. They're starting beta testing, I think, in a month or so, and I'm sure that'll be huge and overtake everything. But yeah, kind of a drought till the holiday season, I think. So let's take a look back.
Speak for yourself.
What are you in a monsoon?
I've been gaming. I've been gaming
Victor,
hardcore.
what are we gaming?
We're gaming Halo
Okay.
and Warzone
Okay.
and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, there you go. All games that came out recently. But
Listen,
no, good games. Good games.
for me, they're recent.
those bad boys go on sale, and it's gaming time for us.
Oh yeah, no, I'd never pay for them. They were all
I can't remember the last time I paid full price for a game. That's not me. That's not what we're about here at GGN.
no.
Free games or being canceled and shut down.
Yeah, you guys ever heard of Pokemon?
The new game that just
Pokemon?
came out, dude. You can't buy any Pokemon for a reasonable price though. The prices don't drop on those cartridges. Like DS cartridges still going for like $60-$70. It's wild.
Yikes!
Yeah.
No, thank you.
All right. So we've done a handful of games recently that we're covering only because they are shutting down. America's Army was one that we did. We did Hyperscape, and when we get the chance to do a game like that, I tend to jump on it because I can only handle so many obscure, surreal indie games. Sometimes you want a game that, you know, actually received a Metacritic score, so I try and jump on these games. The last Battle Royale we played was Hyperscape, and I started with a little breakdown of kind of the timeline of BR games, because it is kind of if you're going to call it a genre, it's a more recent genre, and I think it's important to keep in mind about the popularity of them, and they're still doing fine for the record, but the first one that usually gets recognition is H1Z1 that came out in 2015, and it's kind of credited for starting the video game trend of Battle Royale games with, you know, 100 players dropping into the map, closing circle. But H1Z1 was just, and still has been, from what I understand, just consistently plagued with bugs and hackers. And then in 2017, PUBG released, refined the, you know, technical aspects of the formula, and then Fortnite obviously, you know, transformed their existing game engine into a game mode that took care of that approach Battle Royale. Then in 2019 we had Apex, and 2020 was Call of Duty Warzone, proving, you know, 3 years later, or actually 5 years later after H1Z1, that Battle Royales were still, you know, very fertile ground. So 6 months after Warzone, the game we're playing tonight launched. The developer thought that games like H1Z1 and PUBG are cool, but, you know, they're based on war and guns. What if we did a game that was firmly placed in fantasy with spells and magic? That's what developer Proletariat, what their goal was, to create a game in the BR space that stands out for the more unique build classes. So after some beta testing and tweaking, I was so close to saying twerking there. Beta testing and tweaking, they officially launched
maybe that too.
Little twerking. They officially launched Spellbreak on Windows, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on September 3rd, 2020. This game has benefited throughout that it is free, and at a time of high interest in Battle Royales, it was known as being the Harry Potter Battle Royale, which is, you know, pretty good free marketing. It's good word of mouth. That's how I had heard about it, and the concept helped carry it to its reputation, and was played really by at least a few times by most big streamers. I saw lots of people play this game when it first came out, and we're going to just kind of jump right into a match and play some. But since we're playing a wizard game tonight, I'm going to scatter some wizard trivia throughout this evening for some points. And the first question for you guys. In the chess scene from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the dialogue goes thusly. Ron says, "Do you want to stop Snape from getting that stone or not? Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it." What often quotable line comes next?
Knight to rook 3.
No, it's something that Ron says to both Harry and Hermione.
Oh.
Can we get a little more?
Not
Maybe
me.
do a multiple choice.
The next line is not me.
But thee?
I'm surprised no one knows this. This is a very quotable phrase.
What was this?
Not me, not Hermione, yo.
Yo.
That's the line that Ron says. Wow, that's a line.
yeah,
that
Are the questions all going to
be?
be like shitty? Or
Yeah, they're all going to be shitty. So
No, all the
just
questions
go
could be
ahead
direct lines
and-
from the Harry Potter franchise.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay,
are they
that's
all
fair.
going to be Harry Potter themed? Like, it's such fertile ground. You have so much like.
All right, let me just update -1 for Tom there.
Nice.
All right. And
Also,
while I'm
you
at
sound great, Chris.
what was the name of the book Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone originally?
The Philosopher's Stone.
Absolutely, Victor. And do you know what that is, out of curiosity?
Isn't it like a resurrection stone?
Yeah, close enough. Apparently, like the concept of a philosopher's stone, like philosopher and sorcerer are pretty interchangeable in the UK in that sense. If you were to say philosopher's stone, you know it's like an alchemist kind of thing. And it's like if someone didn't know what the Fountain of Youth was, like if you said that in like Spain or something, they'd have no idea what the hell you're talking about, which doesn't really apply because they came here looking for the Fountain of Youth probably. But
can't the philosopher's stone like turn anything into anything?
Oh, I think that is that what it is? Or at least it has something to do with life. I don't know.
It's either that
Most
or
of my
it
questions
can
are based
resurrect
around
you.
Harry Potter, but I don't know the answer to that question. So we're just going to
I'm
play
so
a game.
screwed. I was excited because I was like,
Wait, wasn't the Philosopher's Stone
Frank.
what's it
Go
called?
on.
The
I'm
end of the
looking it up.
movies. One of the three things.
Oh, did they
The
find out it
Horcrux?
was it a Horcrux?
No, it wasn't a Horcrux. No, it was the three elder. Yeah, isn't that a Philosopher's Stone, not a
circle?
Sorcerer's Stone? The Deathly Hallows. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's one of the Deathly Hallows. Is
so
that right?
wasn't it? I don't know. Because I could have.
So it's
All
an
right, boot the game up.
object capable of turning metal into gold and granting immortality with its elixir of life.
That's why the guy who had it stayed alive, because he had possession of it. Yeah, that makes sense.
But the Philosopher's Stone isn't like originally from Harry Potter. That's been in mythology for a long time.
Oh yeah. The stone was in the
history.
final book. Some Harry Potter spoilers. It was in his.
But it's not from Harry Potter.
No. I'm pretty sure that J.K. Rowling created. Yeah. All right, let's boot up Spellbreak. Oh, and since you know what, I stole something from my daughter since we're doing a Magic game this evening.
Good job. You're learning to become a parent.
On stream, but I have my sorting hat that I'll wear for this game. Oh, it doesn't really fit very well with my headphones, but I'm wearing the official sorting hat.
Slytherin or Gryffindor?
I have courage. Gryffindor! Ah, Gryffindor! All right. I'm actually a Slytherin.
No, it's what you tell the hat what you want to be, okay?
It's true. That's what... Who said that to Harry?
Why the fuck would anyone want to be Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff, they saved the day at the end. He was the actual child that should have died. Neville Longbottom.
Neville's a fucking Gryffindor.
I meant... Fuck, you're right. It is.
Diggory?
Cedric Diggory was the only Hufflepuff that anyone knew the name
was
of.
the Hufflepuff. Yeah.
Oh, but he was a badass Hufflepuff, though.
But he fucking died, but then they brought him back in the fucking play that was really bad.
Did they really?
What do you
the
mean
whole thing
brought
is
him
a
back?
time travel movie to save his life for some stupid ass reason.
What the fuck? That's really disappointing.
And then Snape has a kid.
What?
It's like if you were to like, what was the dumbest thing you could do?
Okay.
You know, with Harry Potter, you'd be like, oh, time travel adventure.
I do wish that dash button on the, I'm on the old Xbox here, and
They put the dash button in a wrong spot there too, because it's in a wrong spot for us.
Choose a gauntlet.
Oh, this is Dominion mode. Uh-oh. All right, guys, we're doing Dominion
What?
mode. We're not doing Battle Royale.
Oh, no.
All right, so you're going to pick your talent in the thing you want. So what we're doing here, we're doing Dominion mode first, apparently. So there are 3 circles.
Oh, I see.
There is the star, the sun, and the moon.
Which do you want to go for the star since it's close?
Yeah, those are bots
Oh,
you're
no.
fighting over there,
Yeah.
guys. But like actual real people, you will be able to notice they put up a real fight.
so we capture these points. Is
Yeah,
that
and we
the
want to
deal?
hold them as long as we can. It's a battlefield kind of getting tickets on the top
So wait,
until.
we don't stay in it?
No, you don't need to. It's ours, so it's gathering points for us. We have it.
Oh, okay.
The narrator. I don't know if you guys are listening to the narrator. It's spooky.
I can't hear anything in the game.
Oh, that's true. Yep. Victor's playing at a little bit of a disadvantage. He's playing on a TV, so he's not listening to.
Are you going for the star?
Yeah, let's push star and make sure you're trying to pick up better items as we run along too. Whenever you kill the computers or enemies, they're going to be dropping health and upgrades for your gauntlets.
Died, I got him.
If you guys get a down moment, you're kind of gathering points, I think, money, and you can hold down F and you'll kind of recall back to the hub and you can spend your points to buy upgrades.
I didn't realize how sound might actually help this whole thing. Because
Hey, Chris, you killed me. Thanks.
What?
Man.
Did it say that? It said that. Oh no. I'm
Can
a
we kill each
monster.
other?
I didn't know I could damage you. You've always seemed so invincible to me,
Tom.
Frank.
Fuck
I
it.
think we should hold on like 2 locations, like
Yeah,
sun
I mean,
and moon or
you would
something.
win that way, but would you see as much action?
Yeah. Would it be as exciting?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get it.
I gotta help Tom. He's going to the moon.
Well, no, actually,
Fly me to the
Tommy.
moon.
they're going to be coming back towards.
Hey, I'm here, Tom. They killed him. Oh gosh.
Make sure you guys upgrade when you can.
Oh my!
Did I just hear a
controller's
cow?
going nuts.
Oh,
That's my
your controller
controller.
sounded like a cow mooing.
Yeah, it was. I've never heard it.
He's got that cow controller.
That was
Got that
intense.
Hey, Tom, eat this scroll.
nom nom nom.
Yeah, there are scrolls you'll find from killing computers and enemies that will give you permanent upgrades as well. Faster reload times, that kind of thing.
Right. Tommy. Tom killed me.
What? You did. I
That's a
see
bummer.
that.
That's too bad. I thought we were kind of doing things together, but
They're coming
Alright, I
for us,
get it.
Tom.
Ah! One hit and I'm dead.
Frankie!
Got him.
Frank's just hiding. Oh, Frank, look out. There's a guy coming.
Contested?
Oh,
What the heck are you talking about?
There's
Who's
a guy
here?
right here,
Oh.
Chris. Person.
Got him. Nice. Good work. Grab that
Take
other
his
scroll.
stuff.
Yeah.
Scroll of the Spirit. I don't know. Okay, I'm mystical.
I've had enough scrolls that I can resurrect
Oh, we have
once I
total
die.
control.
For a second, they're capturing the moon right now.
So how do you fly so far?
I have my talent allows me to fly.
Moon zone has been captured.
Well,
That's
not
conceited.
helpful. Ah! Who are these people down here?
No, it's my talent that allows me to.
Yeah.
It's because I'm better than
blowing
you.
up. Oh my god. He's on top of sun.
Gotcha.
Ha! Oh man, that worked. I dropped a rock on his head and smushed him.
Where is this? Oh, there he is. Kill him. By the time
Nice
we're done.
job,
Yep.
guys. Our first victory on Dominion.
Nailed it.
Can do a squad battle royale. Squad does not support the current number of players in your party. 4. Do you want to disband your current mode or try a different mode? Wow. I'm gonna try a different one. We got to do solo. Okay, so we're all going
It's
to
support
join.
4?
Yeah, you can't. I think it's probably only trios.
Or is a squad? That's core
I mean,
squad.
I'll bounce out if you
Quad
want.
No,
squad.
everyone leave the party, and we're going to join Battle Royale solo at the same time. And I assure you that we will all be in the same mode. We're all
Really?
the same game, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, we could do double duos.
Oh, we could do double duos. That's a good idea. Should we do me and Victor and Frank and Tom?
Sure.
All right, so let's talk about the mechanics of the game now that we've played a round, sort of. We played Dominion. I'll give a breakdown of the game mechanics, what's going on here. So we're going to play a Battle Royale mode where you pick the class beforehand, and this essentially locks in.
Oh, do I pick where we land?
Are you
do you
already
wanna pick?
there?
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
we're not there. I was so sure.
Oh,
Frank,
I'll go
so
with
we'll
you.
land together.
No,
Stop switching.
That's
I
all right.
got.
All right.
I'm still in the menu.
Yeah, I am
or
too. I'm
something.
with you, Victor. I really thought they'd put us in together, but they didn't put us
No,
in.
wait.
All right.
To
Okay.
be fair, I wasn't ready. I think that was me. Yep,
Yeah.
that's my bad.
Oh, you weren't ready
gonna be
this
my
whole
bad.
time?
Well, that's gonna go into the game mechanics. All right, that's gonna.
See,
go
I
into the
knew.
notes.
I knew he wasn't ready.
Shut it.
I know that boy.
Unbelievable.
Don't know me.
Hold on real quick. Let me jump back over here to this screen and
So embarrassing. I'm
scoreboard.
so
Just
embarrassed.
Drop you back down to 0 there, Victor. I'm sorry. It's the rules are rules.
Oh, that's a bummer.
All right, so I'm sure you'll get lots more wizard trivia coming up here. You'll be all right. So at the beginning of the mode, you pick what class you want. This essentially locks you into one of your 2 weapon slots. So if I pick Pyromancer, I'm going to get a basic pyro attack on my one hand and its alternate attack, which is usually a bigger attack for each of these gauntlets. So you start each game with a typical drop into the map for a battle royale after selecting a zone. And that is kind of interesting. It kind of locks you into a zone and you get a little buffer area, so you shouldn't drop directly on top of someone else, but it is definitely very much possible. All right, me and Victor jumping into a game real quick here.
Should have never said anything. I should have just been like, "Oh, it's
It's
wonky
weird.
connection or something."
Game's busted.
Yeah. That I got made fun of in front of everyone, all my friends.
All the world.
Whole internet will know my shame.
Sorry about that.
Is that
There,
me?
we are actually playing a game. I'm not just talking to myself. On Twitch, I left it on just.
There are
just
other people
chatting.
on this podcast.
No. It's not that you guys were muted. It's just I was showing the wrong screen.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
It's not just me sitting with a wizard's hat alone in the dark.
That's some
that'd be
nights, but not
nuts.
tonight.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
All right, so we want to
Technically,
run
you
around
are
and grab
sitting
all
alone.
these chests that we can. Victor, you want to find an offhand gauntlet because you have what? Thanks,
I have 2
Kaiser.
hands.
Because you have 2 hands, you want to make sure you use both of them. There's a lightning one
Iron
there.
Skippy. Oh, I like lightning.
Yeah. And there's levels to each one too. So if you see something that's epic, that's always going to be better. I'll grab this epic dash rune.
Now, Chris, do you have anything in your notes talking about Fable 3?
I don't. Does this remind you of Fable 3?
Well, in Fable 3, have you played the Fable games before?
I never loved the
Frank,
Fable
they're fighting.
games. I played the first Fable, and I think that might have been it. Some
Okay,
boots there. Do you
so
need shoes?
what
You
they
need shoes,
changed
Victor?
in Fable 3
Nice.
from Fable...
Yeah.
Or maybe they did introduce it in Fable 2. I don't know. I'd think about it. I think maybe it was in 3. But they introduced
Toxic and
gauntlets if
fire,
that's
right.
how you use your magic.
Yeah.
instead of just like you having magic, you know, you needed gauntlets to do magic.
Oh, so it reminds
And
you
to
of this,
me,
yeah.
that kind of ruined it. And they kind of make it same as this game. You had to kind of choose 2 powers to use at once, you know?
Yeah, and you're looking for combos, exactly.
So, I mean, you put things together, you know? So it was interesting how they did it, but I was like, I don't know, I kind of liked how it was before. So it's just kind of interesting that this game also has magic gauntlets that you can do one on each arm to do if you want to.
Yeah,
And I guess
and
that's a wholly new idea.
it's Kaiser in chat here suggested Toxic and Fire combo, which is I've seen that suggested online as well. The main thing that this game is trying to create is the different combinations of combining the skills. So
shoot me.
you put fire and okay, I got you, bud. I got you.
Oh, it's shooting
You put fire together with toxic, and it will.
Oh, they killed me.
Did they really?
Yeah. But I guess I was just whining, you know. I'm dead.
I can revive
Fading
you.
away.
If
Gotta
they
run,
give me
Tom.
a second. If they give me a second, I can revive you. No, he's not giving me a second.
Oh, this is so weird. Okay,
Oh, I
I
need to
can
activate my
float away like a
safeguard.
spirit.
Can you? That's cool. I like that.
Kind
Well,
of.
we're gonna get this
Oh,
guy.
you're following me. Awesome. Follow me.
I'm following you.
Yeah. Come over here and I'll revive
We
you.
only got 30 seconds, so find a safe spot. This is
We're good,
the
I got you.
weirdest.
That's a cool revive
Tom,
mechanic.
things
You're a
closing.
ghost that follows around. He's right here.
Oh, there's. Yeah. I'm trying to get a little bit of a shield.
Where'd he go?
I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna shoot fire at him. Oh, he's to my left.
Find him.
I'm a ghost again. I am floating.
Oh, why
Golden.
was it on cooldown? Follow me, Victor.
Following you. About all I can do in this state. Oh no! Oh wait, I can jump?
Nice.
That's weird.
Jump in.
Oh, wait,
Please
how
come
do I-
down, though. Please come down.
Try to come down. It's weird. This is strange.
I got you, bud. Okay, new plan.
got
You
it.
start running, and I'll get between them. Okay, run a
Okay.
different way.
This way.
Sure, yeah. I'll make sure he doesn't chase. Just start picking stuff up.
I'm gonna lose him in the maze.
Yeah, so before we were rudely interrupted, no, just hold down the jump button to kind of float a little. I'm being chased by that same person again. All right, we're gonna try this. That's you. That's you. I'm sorry.
You shot me.
I shot you.
Oh no.
Toxic cloud. Ouch. I got frozen. Your controller rumbling. Toxic cloud
Yeah.
and
I
light
love
on
that
fire.
controller rumble. Is this guy invisible?
There is an invisible skill, yes. All right, stay on top. Okay.
Oh, okay. Go. Can go
Murdered.
up top.
I
can fly
murdered.
from-
Oh, that is big
murdered.
damage. So I set the toxic cloud on fire, and it.
10 seconds.
Ah, he's chasing me.
Oh no.
Okay, we're gonna put a wall up. I'm gonna try and get you. Stay here. Stay here.
Okay.
Please revive. I'm taking tons of damage.
Oh no. Oh. Shoot him. What? I'm frozen.
Let it go.
I'm a spirit
Oh,
again.
your spirit. Perfect. And these battles can
That-
go on for a while, huh?
Oh, someone's behind me too.
Aiming too high.
Someone's behind me.
He's dead.
Yes. There's somebody else is there.
Uh-oh. There's a guy in this blue thing.
These might be bots.
Kill him. Kill him. Is he still alive?
There you go. Got him. Okay.
Ah.
Tiny horse. All right. Grab everything you can because they had lots of stuff.
I think if you go up to someone's spirit
Yeah.
and then you
You can like
hit
banish
X or
them.
hold down. I think that's the exile thing because I got all his stuff when I did that.
Huh.
So you do want to float away. is my
I'm not
guess.
super clear on that, how it works in duos. When you're in a solo mode, that isn't there, and that's what I experienced before.
His spirit is floating away.
Banish him.
Kill him. I'm gonna banish him. Come here. I'm gonna. Oh no, his friend's here.
What do you have to
Ah.
do?
Maybe that's you.
I got it.
I think
Died
you
again.
You get him. Hold
Get
down
him.
X.
Yes, exile him.
Exile him.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there's a
take
rare
his
fire
goods.
gauntlet. I'm trying to launch
We
boulders
won.
at him.
We won.
You guys won?
Yeah.
I don't know how, but we
Oh,
did.
got him. I hit him with a 50.
Nice. I don't know what I'm shooting at him. I'm gonna shoot
I think
some
that's a
fire at
body.
him.
That's a body. Oh, he's
Storm
inside there, though. He's
closing
inside
in.
there.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
on top
there
of
he
it.
is.
Another
All right, Tom,
50.
what's not ready up yet because we had to wait till them to
Yeah.
either die or.
I
We
can't
totally
believe
won by accident.
I can't believe I was able to revive you.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, the reviving
That made
in
no
duos
sense.
on teams is pretty wild. That's a bad guy.
No.
I thought I was reviving you. I'm exiling with this guy.
No. Okay, I'll float to you.
Okay, got him.
Yeah, I'm big on Conduit and
Stay over here.
Pyromancer.
Oh no, it did so much damage. It did so much
Blew me
damage
up.
when I stepped outside the circle. I thought I'd be okay. Damn.
Oh,
We got
it
second
blew us
place.
up.
It looked like you just revived someone else.
No, I exiled him. All right.
Wait, you can kill the yellow things?
Yeah,
Chris.
the other orbs when you're on teams, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you
that's what you kind
murdered
of do
them?
to
Oh yeah,
finish
I
them
did
off.
that to a guy. I ripped him apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Just totally ripped his soul out of existence.
That's what it feels like. It's their soul.
Yeah, it was fucked up. Yeah.
All right, so we
Yeah.
unintentionally played two separate games there. How did your guys' game go? Just so we can talk through it real quick.
We won, so
Nice.
pretty good.
Congratulations.
I think we were pretty darn aggressive every time that we had an opportunity to get into a fight. We did get into it. We got down to the end. We were in a spot where it was a lot like what you guys have. It was like in a castle and stairs, and we were down to one guy, but he seemed really good, and he managed to kill Frank, and Frank was like awesome. Like he just was, because I was running away basically. Frank was able to like come and as an orb and like get to me in this perfect spot where I was kind of shielded. And once we got like Frank back in the game, it was, we did it. It was cool.
Nice. Yeah, that was the first time I've played squads, and reviving each other is a pretty fun mechanic. Like you can really evade each other, or evade the other teams, and you have an opportunity to get back into the fight, which is neat. It definitely makes the game go on a lot longer than it does in solos. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really fiddled with other orbs as much, but the teleport orb is so clutch.
Yeah.
Like, especially in a fight, like you can.
There's a teleport one. There's a chromosphere one, or chrome something. Like you go back in time, like a kind of a tracer ability.
Cool.
There's some cool abilities. Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think it's the idea, the premise of this game of being like, hey, it's Battle Royale, but no guns and like magic. I think it's wicked fun.
Yeah, there's not. I think there's one that's like the most hit scan. I think the right click or the main fire for the lightning is conduit is the most hit scan, like immediate bullet like kind of thing in this game. But everything else is this kind of launchy, and you're lobbing fireballs and you're lobbing stones. So yeah, it's
I think that
definitely
makes it
different.
More fun in that, like, when I play kind of battle royale games, like I feel like there's always that chance where like you're running around and then you're like, oh, and I'm dead and I didn't even know I was in a fight.
Yeah. I mean, I love like in PUBG collecting stuff for like 15 minutes, but yeah, when you get headshot from across the map and you don't know how you died, that's frustrating. So it's nice to have a little longer time to kill, and it feels fun, right? You're flying around in circles and throwing fireballs and stuff. It's definitely a different mechanic.
And the combinations of things are fun, and like the secondary abilities feel powerful, like they feel cool to be like, throw this huge rock at you or something. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Victor, you did a great job. I just want to get that out there. You did?
Chris, that's not necessary. I died many times.
I just unlocked it. The Tempest. What can they do? It's the only power I haven't used yet, I think.
I think that's wind power, right?
But what is it like? What's it
tornadoes
like?
and shit. We were fighting a Tempest.
I saw. Oh yeah, I did see a tornado.
Yeah, so Tempest is it doesn't tell me the abilities here. I thought I could scroll through them and look at them. Well, we'll play through it and you can test them all out. So at the beginning of Battle Royales, you do choose kind of your primary class, and that's, pyromancer, toxicologist, or whatever they are, the poison, the wind, the lightning, and you're basically choosing one gauntlet that you have on your primary hand, and then you're going to run through the game and you're going to be able to grab another gauntlet of all those same types for your offhand. And as we saw, there's cool ways you can combine them. I think like the Tempest one has like a vortex kind of thing, and I've seen people use the vortex, like put down a vortex on top of someone and then chuck one of the boulders from the stone class, and have the boulder like suck into it and do a ton of damage.
Oh, that's cool.
You can take the firewall and throw a boulder through it, and then it's a big fireball. So the combinations of stuff, and the gauntlets do have tiers to them. So you're going to start off with a common one, but you're hunting for the uncommon, then rare, legendary. But yeah, so there's a tier system to their gauntlets as well. And same thing thing for they have 3 slots for kind of different belts, shoes, amulet, and those have different tiers to them as well that you're looking around trying to collect, as well as runes you pick up in match, and those kind of change your movement ability, like dashing, shadow stepping, teleporting, like you were saying, was really cool, Tom. All right, and as you're going along, killing AI or enemies, you're going to have the ability to pick up a few different types of scrolls, and those also affect your overall kind of cooldown ability, damage you're doing, that kind of thing. So there's definitely a lot of collectibles. I think there's a lot to learn when playing this game, or would have been a lot to learn when playing this game, about like targeting certain areas, about how to upgrade what first. But there's depth there for sure. And into the fighting, the developers described it as being inspired by old school shooters like Quake and Unreal Tournament. They said everything is a projectile, which leads to a lot of skill shots, and there are a wide variety of movement options. And like I was saying, there's no hit scan sniper rifles in this game. The closest thing you're going to get is like arcing a giant boulder across the map and nailing someone, which feels very satisfying. I did that a couple times in this past game. Just lob a giant boulder at someone and do like what feels like one of the max amounts of damage to them. It feels great. In the game that we all played together, I hung back at like the star, which was able, with the magic in this game, it was able to have, there's so much more like easy verticality. Like that's, so I flew all the way up on this perch, and a guy ran over and he stood on the thing, and it was getting smaller, and I just dropped a boulder on his head, and it was just like very satisfying. It was I don't know, it's funny. Amazing. So it's Kaiser in our chat right now. Says he's a toxicologist main with 7,000 7 killed to death. I got you. So seven killed to death ratio, and he also pointed out that the longer the boulder toss is, the more damage it does. That's an awesome mechanic. Love that. Just encourages you to snipe boulders. Probably not good when you're on the receiving end, but that's a really cool mechanic. Yeah, and he also pointed out that this game allows you to be aggressive, and I think that's right. Like, I mean, you can't do this kind of fighting in like a PUBG or Warzone for sure. Like, I mean, you're in each other's faces, chucking fire and stones and stuff. So that's cool. It's definitely different. I guess you should mention the Battle Royale tag. I'm going to keep calling it a Battle Royale because that's mostly the game mode. We have that in the Dominion, but as their design director, Jesse Kurlanchik said in an interview with UnrealEngine.com, they don't think of Battle Royale as a genre so much as a game mode within their game that they've made. And that's true. You know, they have other game modes, and they have had actually additional game modes that are now removed. I think it's important to recognize many games that do have a BR are built on top of engines that work well in other game modes. And yeah, I think it was certainly built with a Battle Royale in mind first, though. Call of Duty, Fortnite, all those are, you know, they have Battle Royale modes, but it's not just a Battle Royale. All right, we're going to go back to another match, but before we do that, graphics. Thoughts on the graphic style?
I love it. I think it fits it's kind of like, it's like cel-shaded a little bit. Is that right? Yeah,
I think it's right.
It gives it this like very fantasy feel, and I think it really lends to like everything. It does. Yeah. I think it's the perfect art style for it.
It reminds me of it's a lot like League of Legends kind of style aesthetic that they have. Certainly the logo it reminds me of League of Legends, but yeah, no, it's a beautiful looking game, and they said that they wanted the style to be influenced by 2D animation styles like Princess Mononoke, Akira, Avatar, which. Yeah, sure, okay. But then they said Breath of the Wild, which is like, yeah, there it is. That's what they were going. Breath of the Wild, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they also mentioned League of Legends, which, like I was saying, is very close to the style. And I think it's a little bit demanding on an average PC, I think. But the engine and design aesthetic were really on point for me. So yeah, I was really happy with how this game looks. And yeah, so we're gonna jump into another one.
Are you ready?
So while we're waiting for our cue here, got another wizard trivia for you.
Oh no.
This one's tough. I'll admit it. Who composed the score for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit?
Howard Shore. Howard Shore.
I'm so sorry, you said Hans Zimmer in that really.
He's the only one. He's the only person I know.
You're wrong, but Victor, what did you say?
John Williams.
I think it's Howard Shore.
Victor is correct. It is Howard Shore. And you know what? That's difficult enough. Call him a nerd. Difficult enough that I'm going to give you 2 points for that one, Victor.
Yeah, 2 points. That'll bring me back to 0.
back to 1. You were
back to 1.
No, you were at 0. You were at 0. I didn't give you -1. You had 1 before.
Oh, okay.
You had 1. You dropped down to 0, and now you're back to.
Are you guys getting into a thing?
What thing? We're not in. I just
Oh my
said,
god, it's my fault this time. It's my
Chris.
fault this time.
Wait, should I stop? What should I do?
Get out of
Can
queue.
you
Get out of
back
queue.
out?
Yeah.
On queue.
oh man.
I forgot there was another button
All
that
right,
time.
I backed out.
No.
Dang it.
So you have to demote a point from you then.
I do. I have to put my name on the board and remove a point. Are you back
Or you
in
can
the
just
lobby?
give me the point.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm like
Okay,
nervous
everyone
now.
hit ready and confirm now.
Wait.
Okay, now
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yeah, go.
Now, Chris, I have a question that's probably another one of your notes.
What's that?
What's with chapters?
Chapters is their version of seasons. Chapters is kind of their rollout of thematic things that they pushed out. And I think I'm not looking at my notes right now. It's Kaiser probably knows. I think they released 3 chapters. Was what the one that they how far they got.
I have other questions now.
Okay.
In the quests.
Yes.
There's outfit quest, story quest, honor quest that we can't do. We can only do daily quests. What's up with that?
I believe they just stopped releasing them. I don't know whether there were story quests or honor quests. I'm not sure. I in my research I didn't see anything about those being disabled. That would have been something in the community. Do you know, Kaiser?
What do you have to say about
what you got?
Those are accessible through the chapters.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
that was during chapter stuff. Okay.
Oh, okay. So we're not
Kaiser's on
technically
it.
even in a chapter right now. They closed out the last chapter, which is so we really can't experience a full chapter here. I thought we'd at least get the last chapter to experience. One more wizard question for you guys. Mara Wilson, known as her role for a dark magic user, Matilda, in the titular film Matilda. Can you name
Is that how you say her name?
Mara Wilson?
Danny DeVito.
Mara?
Okay.
Mara?
I think it's Mara.
Oh, is it Mara? Okay.
I could be wrong. I could be
All
wrong.
right. Can you name any other movies that she has appeared in?
Yes. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, very nice. Another point for Victor. When you buy skins, you get access to challenges, and it makes changes to the skins and adds a developed skin. That's cool.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. That's a cool idea. So you can't just get everything just by paying for it. It's like you're unlocking a challenge by spending your currency on it. And all the currency in this game, unless I misunderstand, you can be earned in game by putting a lot of time into it. It seems like a single type of currency that you could spend real world money on, or you could grind away by working on your classes and daily quests. And the different kind of cosmetics that they have, there's kind of the expected types, I guess. There's the general outfit there, artifacts, cloudburst. Cloudburst is what you make when you're streaming down from the sky, and afterglows kind of jumping up into the sky. And there's some more things you can modify with your kind of player tag badge. I did notice, because I browsed the subreddit, one of the more recent posts was someone asking, like, well, what happens to all the money I spent on the game? And I don't know, I thought someone asking that question was like, oh, you sweet summer child. But I mean, they're not going to give you money back. The game was free to begin with, and you spent microtransactions on it. Like, at what point should they shut it down? Should they never shut it down? Is that the agreement you thought you were getting into,
I like to think of spending all money, or at least for entertainment purposes, in relation to like a movie ticket,
Yeah.
So if you're like, okay, I spent like $5 on like this, outfit, and you're like, am I going to get like, if I get 2 hours of enjoyment from that, you know what I mean? Like, that's a pretty good rate,
Yeah. I thought it'd be easy to get into the same lobby together.
You lied. Minus a point
I don't know
again.
if I lied. I just was a sweet summer child. Victor, let's go top right. Are we in the same
Winter
spot?
is coming, Chris.
Okay. Top right. Select a portal. I don't know what this is doing. I think.
I assume you can drop in the same spot.
I would
you
hope
can.
so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're together. Oh no, there we
Oh,
are. Hey bud.
Where'd you go? There you are. Hello.
So the blue temples on the map is the legendary chest. Yeah. Oh, so I picked one nowhere near those. Yeah, I should have looked at those. Let's head towards the dust pool, the north, Victor. Yeah.
Oh, there we go, Frank.
We're gonna go to a boot
Man,
camp.
you really just head first into the ground there. You don't pull up at the end. No parachute for
Not
us.
at all. Not even a little bit.
Kaiser's pointing out wait, it's amulets, belts, and shoes. I'm not going to get them exactly right. Boots obviously increase your movement speed. Necklaces, I think, increase your mana pool size. Amulets, yeah, mana pool size. I just got an epic one that gives me 40 more mana. And then the belts, let's figure out if we can find a belt. Armor, so belts give you more armor, as belts in real life do. A stone gauntlet. You want to chuck some stones, Victor? That's all you, bud, if you want it.
I think I got an ice thing.
All right. So if I put down this flame wall and then chuck
you landed right on it. Good job.
Lightning. Rare
Ooh,
lightning.
I made like a lava pool there by shooting the. Yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon level kind of efficiency that needs to be memorized for this game. This
But it also seems like it wouldn't be like brutal to do that. Like you could figure it out in not too long.
Yeah, there's not a huge number of there's what, 6 I think. A bunch of purple things down here, Victor. If you need purple.
Does my rank matter in here? Like, are you more powerful?
No, and that's no one has an innately better advantage. I don't believe, unless there's like skills that you can unlock. Kaiser, let me know if there is, but I don't believe that there are. This guy's very low.
Right.
And I cannot hit them.
There's a stone person here too.
Exiling him. Soon he'll be dead.
He's blasting to you. He's down here.
Got him.
Yes. I'm gonna exile
You
you.
him? I got him.
Come back here.
How's he moving? Come here.
can
Come
move.
here.
I told
Why are
you.
you moving?
Where'd he go?
There, I got him.
Get him.
Yeah, we're exiling. We need potions.
Frank, are you in a fight?
Okay, I'm healing real
Take his
quick.
energy.
Lost him.
Oh, Chris, get out of there.
He's
This
disrupted.
is fool. Where is he?
Up top.
Up or
here.
down?
Up here.
Oh, exile him.
Oh,
Here, you
don't.
little-
Okay. He's gonna fall on you and get you.
No!
Frank, you're still top, right?
We're right.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna use the moon call. Oh, actually, nope.
Ooh,
You
that
are in a
damage.
fight.
Get it.
Come on.
There's someone up
Blast
here.
around.
They just jumped off.
Come on.
I mean, this is it. We're just
Oh God!
Here,
I
Chris,
almost
you
fell
need to
in the
stay
pit.
alive.
Hold
we're
on.
right on it.
We won!
We won! Yes!
All right.
We won!
Nice work, Victor. I was in the bottom of a pit
Frank, are
that
they
entire
stuck
time,
below us?
so you
I
took
think
care
they're
of it at the
fighting
end
down
there.
there. Well, they're fighting.
Okay,
They're
good.
definitely fighting
Even though I got
bots.
6 exiles, and
What do you wanna
only
do?
got 3 assists, but we make a great team,
Well,
Victor.
You know, sometimes you gotta do the alley-oop and let somebody else dunk it, you know?
Are you wanting to jump down?
Should we?
The alley-oop.
I don't know. Or do you want to stay up?
I don't know.
You know, everyone looks to Michael Jordan, but
I mean, we
Scottie
can keep
Pippen
the
was
high
there
ground.
too, you know?
Is it gonna do what it does in PUBG? Like, is it just gonna get so
Where it
small
moves?
that it?
And they're like underneath you. It should move around. What is
It
making
sounds
all
like
that
they're
Trying to
noise?
shoot up.
Yeah, they're underneath
they
and they're trying to shoot you.
Yeah.
That's a weird problem to have.
Oh man, I don't think we'd survive going down. Do you see how
Exactly.
tight
That's
it
what I'm
is?
saying. We're both kind of stuck, and then it's like whoever tries to kill the other team will probably die on the way going there. So hopefully this moves. I don't know.
Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
a tiny little circle, and it's a part of the map in which.
Okay,
What?
start drinking.
What is
Oh, there's
going
my chat.
on?
I lost it. There you
Did you
are.
guys win, or what? You're just gonna be
I'm
consumed?
fading. Did we win?
So the circle closed so far that they were
Breaker.
underneath you
A
in a building and you were on
well-earned
top,
victory.
but you slightly
Yeah.
outlasted them. Nice. Let's see. Let's talk about the lore of this game. The intro voiceover is as follows. The world was broken, fractured by the magic vow keepers said they would protect us from. Spell storms rage across the ruins of the Hollowlands. This is proof, they said. It isn't safe, it can't be controlled, magic cannot be used. But I am a battle mage. I have broken my vow, and now I fight to break free. That doesn't really tell us much. It's, you know, there seems to be a world of lore, but there's vow keepers and vow breakers, and there actually, I thought there wasn't, but there is a huge amount of lore for this game. They released it through things called Garrick's journals, which are in-universe writings from a character in the world that they were posting to Reddit. It's trying to do like an ARM kind of marketing thing for it as the game ramped up to release. And it was, I looked through all the writings, and it was about 20,000 words they wrote about the universe. So not bad. You know, they did some world creating for this game, even though it's just a battle royale where you bounce around with magic. There's some lore behind it. It's set in a region known as the Highlands on the continent of Velnor, but also known as the Hollowlands after an apocalyptic event known as the Fracture. The story is told through, like I said, Garrick's journals. They definitely took time to create the world. I don't know if they ever really, how much of it they used in the seasons. There's not a lot of documentation about like what this chapter chapter was about and what this chapter was about. There's some wikis that still exist on the game, but they had the intent and did flesh out the world more than I expected them to. And as for the game modes, as of doing this podcast in August of 2022, there are 2 game modes basically available. Battle Royale, you can do that in solos or squads or duos. It's what you would expect. The other mode is Dominion, which is a 5 versus 5 zone control game that we already played as well. It can be 3 versus 3. The first team to get to a score threshold, like Battlefield Domination, will win. And yeah, I think we did a 5 versus 5, but I kept getting 3v3s when I did it because of the low player count at the moment. And they did provide a custom Dominion mode, which would allow people to do some tournaments, which, you know, the community always appreciates, and I saw some good reception to that. They had another mode called Clash that was more of a team deathmatch style game where teams of up to 9 players get kills, or exiles as they're called in Spellbreak, to get up to their required score, and the teams are broken into squads of 3. So 9v9 with squads of 3 inside of it. There was a lot of feedback on how to make it better, and they seemingly just removed it. I'm not sure why they didn't fix it. Well, one more trivia here. Who's the good witch in The Wizard of Oz? What's her name?
Glenda.
Gilda.
I think it's
say again.
Glenda?
I think it's Glenda, but it might be.
So Victor says Glenda, and
Oh, no, that's
Frank?
Galinda.
Frank says Galinda.
said-
Galinda. Okay.
You said
And
Gilda
Tom?
first.
I
did say
agree.
Gilda.
I said Gilda first. That's
I agree with Glenda.
Glenda. Okay, I think I feel like Frank was the closest. It's actually Glinda with an I, not Glenda. But yeah. Here, I'll give. Well, Frank's on the board. There you go. He's got 1 point. Who is the good one in the book or the Broadway show Wicked?
It's Maleficent.
Elphaba.
Shit, you're right.
Maleficent.
I'm just like firing off
Angelina Jolie.
the first thing that came to my mind. I was like,
I'll give Frank a point for that, for knowing that character, although the answer that I had written down is that Wicked teaches us that humans are more complicated than that, and can be deceived and do things that go against our moral code, but what's important is that we open up to change and admit you're wrong. So, you know, something to chew on.
Also, animals with a capital A are sentient beings.
Uh-huh.
And the one professor hangs himself. I don't know.
It's got some dark shit
It's a
in
weird
there.
book.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
rough.
right.
oh,
Let's see.
by the way, in this match, when I got like to the end, I was toxicology and the wind,
Yeah.
and I threw the max toxicology thing, which at this point was like 3 different ones. It was like, whew, and then I threw a tornado, and it made all the poison swirl around in the tornado. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah. The interactions. Whenever I see someone throw something down, I'm like, I wonder how this thing I'm going to throw it at will interact, and I'm always happy to see how that works. There's a bunch of combinations, and it would certainly help to know what's going to happen, but it's cool to see it happen.
Yeah.
So the game was free on release. It still is free. They wanted to monetize it through microtransactions. No big surprise there. Without getting into the weeds of that, of course, nobody likes that, and people were like, "Oh, I don't want to pay for things," but also like the game's free. It's a business model. It's worked well for like Fortnite, and again here they mostly sold skins. There wasn't anything that would affect gameplay outcomes. It doesn't seem like, so there's no pay to win aspect, but that is their intent with actually being able to collect money on it. And hopefully I imagine they were looking for the success of Fortnite, where they just rake in so much money through V-Bucks that it doesn't matter if the game's free, right? For class builds in this game, there are 4 things that matter for class building in Spellbreak. You've got your class, which you pick out at the beginning of a Battle Royale match. That locks in your first gauntlet. So like we were saying, Pyromancer, Conduit. Next, you've got your offhand gauntlet, which you're going to find in the match, and you can swap these around as much as you want. You find a better one, a higher level one, you can swap that out. The spell combinations, like we're saying, do matter in interesting ways. So if you're going after a specific build, you may have to hunt around for that. Then you've got talents, which you pick prior to match as well. They're locked into kind of your class. And there are things like self-healing or enemy tracking. That's part of what you're picking along with your class when you go in. And then runes are something else you pick up in match. They're usually movement ability, things like dashing or shadow stepping. So if you look up some of the guides for this game, they'll suggest things like get a class. So taking a look at the community for this game, what I've gauged is they have a dedicated subreddit, and the community and the developers were very active at it. But the top post from 2 years ago, which was at their launch, was a roadmap from the devs. They added a few more runes, like more items into the game, which are the kind of abilities that you use your shift key with for dashing and stuff. So they added some more of those, and they laid out some medium and long-term goals about adding more modes, gauntlets, guilds, limited time modes, like events for holiday season, that kind of thing. So seemingly a pretty thriving kind of dev community, letting people know what they're working on. And some of the other posts are praising how the devs actually listen to feedback and how much people are enjoying it. But all of the content that's ranking well on that subreddit is from the game launch, essentially 2 years ago. There's
nothing more recently that's popular, at least, because it has just kind of died off. That's a bummer.
Yeah. Talk about the developer. Who is Proletariat? Well, Webster defines Proletariat as the workers or the working class people regarded collectively, usually in reference to Marxism. But they're also a company based out of Boston, Massachusetts. It was founded by Seth Sivak and 4 other veterans from Zynga. You may be familiar with Zynga, known for starting on Facebook and earning billions of dollars with Farmville, Zynga Poker, Words with Friends, and others, though they didn't actually create Words with Friends. They bought it from another company. Zynga was recently acquired by Take-Two Interactive for $12 billion, but 10 years ago, Zynga closed its Boston studio, and a handful of them decided to keep making games together. From an article on gamesindustry.biz, Seth Sivak mentions how they wanted to build games that could distribute themselves. He's talking about how at this time there wasn't much of a structure for influencer marketing. So you would what you would do at the time is if you wanted like someone streaming your game, you would just find yourself creating a contract for some 16-year-old who's popular to make YouTube videos about their games for their audience. And they figured if we design a game around streaming, it will market itself. There was a weird hissing thing happening in my ear, and it wasn't coming from any of you guys. I'm not sure what was happening.
Ooh, this sounds like in like a horror movie thing, you know? Like...
Yeah, a gas leak. I haven't been doing a podcast this whole time. I'm just hallucinating.
Oh no, not again.
The first thing that Proletariat did was they made a zombie mobile game called World Zombination that did well and raised lots of money through investors. Next, they did a PC game called Streamline. And the idea of this game, I'll toss a little quick thing up, a game built for streaming so that viewers could play with and affect the game that they were in. That might sound familiar because that was a core component of a game we did a while back called Hyperscape, where viewers could vote on environmental effects for the Battle Royale. The art style, which we're looking at, is very kind of Team Fortress 2 cartoony. It reminds me of Gotham City Imposters, if you guys played that game and remember how that looks. But there's not a lot of information about the game. It was launched as part of Twitch's Prime system, which they were trying to be a video game distribution kind of software that closed down, and this was free with it. So it seems like this game just kind of disappeared and there's no way to get it anymore. It's not streamed anymore, and so it's just kind of gone. Then they developed an extension for Twitch called Stream Legends. It seems like a lot like Stream Raiders, if you've ever seen that. It's a little mini game that a lot of streamers use to keep their community engaged. You guys are still in a queue, huh? 2 minutes, nice.
Yeah, but we're playing a really good game. And
yeah, this seemed better.
Victor's not playing with us.
Yeah, he's not playing. But look
what?
Tom and I, we were in sync so hard.
I know.
We did 2 loops together.
They're
and
beautiful.
now we're kind of off.
You guys
link,
just copying the emotes that each other are doing. Okay. After 3 years after Stream Legends, they released Spellbreak. It's by far their biggest endeavor, and they say they worked on it for 4 years total, saying that it was inspired by H1Z1 and actually predated PUBG and Fortnite, which, all right, maybe. They said they were big fans of H1Z1, like the Battle Royale, and they had this idea for this game for a long time. So they had developed 2 ideas. One was a Dota 2 mod, and another was a more Viking-inspired game. They smashed them together, and it was Spellbreak. And as PUBG and Fortnite took off, they didn't take that as discouragement that like these games were so similar to what they were developing. They saw it as an encouragement, not a deterrent, because they thought their idea was still significantly different. By 2020, they were up to 50 employees, and a few months after launch, had ramped up to 100 in an effort to keep the live service demands rolling. They felt strongly about the need to keep it, or need for it being and launching cross-platform. In the interview with gamesindustry.biz, he focused on how this was the beginning of the pandemic and not being able to play with friends because of hardware choice differences seems crazy, but admitted it was more complicated than they would have liked to get cross-platform working. And hey, look at us right now. One of us is playing on PS4 and others on PC. So
Xbox.
Xbox. Thank goodness it's cross-platform. So they released a handful of patches for over a 16-month period, and then it was just sort of radio silence. Chapter or season 3 came out in September of 2021, and then the next update anyone heard from them was 10 months later, In July 2022, they released a blog post called "On the Future of Spellbreak," which is never a good sign if you were to see an article titled "On the Future of GGN" or "On the Future of Your Healthcare Plan." It's not a good sign. So yeah, I'll read that in a second. But hey, real quick, another more wizard trivia for you. In Lord of the Rings, how does the corrupted wizard Saruman die?
He falls to his death
In the movie
and gets
or in the
impaled
book?
on a little, not a windmill, but a water mill thing.
All right. Well, Victor got it out first. That is the correct answer for the film. What do you think, Frank? Do you know the answer for the book?
It's been a long ass time since I read it. I forgot what happened.
All right. Yeah.
He was stabbed first.
That's the only one I'd read too.
Yeah,
I only read the last one.
Who stabbed him, Victor?
It was Wormtongue.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get a couple points for that, Victor. Bravo.
And that actor is also in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. A little trivia for you there.
Oh, is he? Yeah. Anytime there's movie trivia, Victor's gonna get some points. That's for sure.
That's the only thing I have for me.
No, we won, Victor.
Yes, right.
You guys are connecting.
Here we go.
Nice.
Hey,
Yeah, in the movies, he was imprisoned on top of the big tower. Gandalf and gang find him, have a nice little chat with him. Saruman chucks a fireball at Gandalf, it throws it back, and actually he doesn't throw it back. He just kind of deflects it and tries to keep talking to him. And then Wormtongue stabs him, and Saruman falls off, and then Legolas shoots Wormtongue. But do you know what's an interesting thing about that scene, Victor?
Which
Whole sequence.
It was cut out.
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure you'll know, because I'm sure, Victor, you only ever watched the extended version. I'm sure. That's,
well, no, it was cut out of the other one.
Yeah, exactly. In the theatrical version, this happened in Return of the King, just not in the movie. Saruman is not in Return of the King.
Nope.
Although he was the main protagonist in the first and second film, behind Sauron, I guess. Peter Jackson decided that it's too much. We gotta cut it out, and Christopher Lee was very unhappy about that. And and they added it back in the extended cut. All that they did in the Return of the King to mention Saruman was Gandalf kind of had a throwaway line of now that he's not a threat anymore.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild.
Yep.
In the book, he actually loses most of his powers and lives out his final days in Hobbiton. He takes control of Hobbiton and then is killed by...
Actually, I remember that now, yeah.
Yeah, he's killed by
it's really fucked up, actually.
Yeah, that's called the Scouring of the Shire, I think, or is that the group of chapters where they have to take back control of the Shire? Yeah, but he's killed by Grima Wormtongue on the doorstep of Bag End in the book. So epic ending for Saruman. All right, let's see. We talked about some other battle royales that preceded this, but since this is shutting down, your other options, if you want to see what you have, honestly, this has a very Unreal Engine feel. I'm not sure how to describe it before, aside from that, but I play it and I'm like, yep, Unreal Engine. And if you want more of this, Fortnite's there. It's going to have a similar style, kind of look and feel to it, with no build mode. But there's a newer game that I checked out recently called Blood Hunt, or the full name is Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. But it reminded me of the level up system in this and kind of the floaty jumping. There's more guns in it, but it has a very similar kind of character level up system in that game. I feel like that game's on a similar trajectory, though. The player base is just there's not enough retaining the player base, I think. Also, if you're interested in Magic, there's a new Harry Potter game coming out. The Wizarding World,
the Legacy.
There's been a lack of Wizarding World games out there, unless you're a Lego fan. The Lego Harry Potter games are great, but the trailers and the gameplay I've seen do look really well built out. So all right, let's talk about what happened. This sums it up pretty well, I think. This is the message to the Spellbreak community that was posted on Reddit from the developers. Spellbreak started as an idea to create a revolutionary multiplayer fantasy experience. I feel we achieved that in combat, art style, storytelling, and more. When we started development on Spellbreak, we thought we would be lucky if we got early access PC only release. The excitement and engagement from the community allowed us to push boundaries on quality, gameplay, platforms, and more. Spellbreak was the first game ever fully released cross-platform cross-play on day one across PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Over 10 million players have dropped into the HoloLands, which is an incredible milestone for any new IP launching from any developer. It is challenging to sum up the experience of both building Spellbreak and launching it to the world with the help of every single single one of you. It is even more difficult to tell you that we will be shutting down Spellbreak early next year. Unfortunately, the game industry is a difficult business. Spellbreak was not able to break through in a way and reach a sustainable place where we could continue to invest in it the way we had dreamed of. We picked a hard path as an independent studio and decided to compete with some of the biggest games in the world. While we could not get the escape velocity needed, I do not regret the bold decision we made in bringing Spellbreak to life. While this is goodbye for Spellbreak, I cannot thank this community enough for the support and the help along the way. Spellbreak transformed our studio and touched the lives of so many. So again, thank you. This is from Seth Sevek. Now, this is 10 months after their last communication with the community. This is the top upvoted reply from a Sir Eugene Kaiser. Kaiser, is that you?
Oh.
Are you still there, Kaiser? Is that you?
Do we have a legend in our midst?
I don't think he's there anymore. I don't think he's in our chat anymore. Oh, man. If that's you, Kaiser, let me know.
Uh-oh.
We got a boy here.
Oh, you're ripping his soul apart?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that's maybe a bridge too far, you don't think?
No.
Tearing his soul from a body?
No afterlife for him? That's what you're doing? All right.
Not at all. He doesn't
Not heaven
deserve
or hell,
it.
just somewhere between, a liminal space between. All right, this is a comment from Sir Eugene Kaiser. He said in reply to Proletariat, if this game didn't bring so much joy into my life, I'd chosen an even more dramatic wording for the following statement. Honestly, it's pathetic how you guys handled this project. You created a gem in the beginning just to let it succumb to what it is now. The rotting carcass of what was a great game to start. Barely listened to what the community wanted, shit mechanics and balance updates, long stretches of content drought, but always new fucking expensive skins, atrocious advertising, if you can even call it that. And then you have the audacity to go radio silent for 10 months after you're done milking the faithful, loving community, and then pull the plug after close to a year of radio silence. You people are the epitome of what's wrong with the gaming industry. It's not only the big ones. Rest in peace, Spellbreak. You were truly something special. Too bad you had such a bunch of greedy, ignorant people developing you. Wow.
That actually might have been Kaiser.
And another one from Gnaw613 here. It might have been Kaiser.
It was him for sure. He's got some demons.
Another one from Gnaw613 here. Yeah, this is a dick move, Seth. I've been with you since the very beginning of alphas, and to blame the game's death on the game industry being tough and not the fact that you ghosted your entire community for many months. And half this post is talking about how groundbreaking Spellbreak was when you could have addressed the radio silence or given us a proper apology. We'll never support Proletariat again. Hope you all go under. Middle finger emoji.
Wow.
So obviously the people were disappointed by them dropping that message after 10 months of silence. So they announced in June.
Guys, you gotta revive me.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, I'll wait till you guys are.
I'm a floating spirit.
Oh my God! Is your controller okay?
No, he's not okay. He's not okay.
That's his controller.
It sounded like a llama.
Yeah, he's hurting. Oh, guys, this is so depressing.
What do you mean following us?
He's a spirit.
You guys.
You have to revive him.
Yeah, but we're running away from the storm.
I found a way. I always found a way, didn't I, Victor?
You always found a way. I never exploded and died like that.
Frank, are you...
Let's see. They dropped that message in June of 2022. In July of 2022, Blizzard coincidentally announced that they had entered into agreement to acquire Proletariat, and Proletariat will be working on the next expansion of WoW, starting with Dragonflight. So that's a pretty big get for the developer. They developed this game that has died, and now they will be developing the next expansion of World of Warcraft.
A lot of people have mixed reviews about Dragonflight, so
big come up. Well, it's not out yet either, but no one seems super excited about it.
I think it's either out or it's in beta where enough people can playing it.
Quick wizard trivia for you.
Oh, I'm getting hurt.
Disney show starring Selena Gomez featured magic?
Wizards of Waverly
Place.
Oh, Frank got to it first.
No.
Wait for Frank.
Debatable.
Well, I'm using my ears, and he said it first. So
how dare you use those? I can't hear anything in this game, and you're going to use your ears to listen to Frank?
That is rude. Along with wizards, in Dungeons and Dragons, which other classes can use arcane spells?
Wait, say again?
Mages.
Along with wizards,
Warlocks.
What other classes in Dungeons and Dragons can use arcane spells? What'd you say, Tom?
Druids, wild mages.
I said mages.
Mages is not it. No, druids technically use divine spells.
Dang.
But
Leprechauns.
someone said something else. Did Frank? You said something?
Frank said warlocks.
Warlock is one. Yes.
You nerd.
Son of a bitch. What about? Isn't there such a thing as like a wild?
A wild
sounds like a cross. I don't know enough about. Oh my god, the llama.
The llama.
I don't know enough about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just reading from the list
Whoa,
here. Bards,
okay,
sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards can cast arcane spells.
Oh, geez, there is a lot happening.
Not on my screen because I'm getting a frame a second. Oh, there's so many things combining. It's pretty.
Uh-oh. Where are
guy
they?
down there. He's down there.
He's got a wind machine.
Define down there. Yeah.
Yeah. We're in a circle.
I can mark.
I'm looking. I went off to this. Whoa!
Oh, they're here.
Where?
Where's on top of you?
They're on top of me?
You killed
Rip them apart. You guys won!
Victory!
Hey!
Yeah.
All right.
Not useless.
No one said you were useless.
No, I said it inside.
5 exiles.
All right, we're gonna jump into some reviews here, so get your Discords ready. So the Metacritic score for this game, it does have one. What do you guys think this game has? 0 to 100. What do you think the critics thought?
I say 85.
Frank, what do you think?
I feel like it should be high, but I feel like a lot of people, because based off of our boy Kaiser's review, I feel like a lot of people were very angry. Oh wait, this is the professional
the
one,
critics
right?
when it first came out. Critics when the game first came out. Yep.
Okay, this is critics. Okay, so actually, yeah, I think Tom's right. I think it's gonna be high. I'm gonna say 92.
Victor, what do you think?
Well, for the sake of being different, I'll just... I think it should have been high if it wasn't, because it's a cool game, but I'll go 75.
That puts Victor the closest. Congratulations.
Oh.
It got a 79, which is, it's not
Okay.
bad. And the user
Still
score
good,
was
but
close.
interesting.
The user score was close with an 8.1 out of 10. So let's hear what some of the critics had to say.
PC Mag says 80. Spellbreak's fast-paced, high-flying, explosive fantasy combat makes for a battle royale that anyone can enjoy.
Nice and accessible. Tom, what do you got?
Game Grin says 75. Spellbreak offers a breath of life into the lungs of the battle royale genre. New battle royales have to fight hard to keep their head above the water that is infested by the titans that are Fortnite, PUBG, Warzone, and Apex Legends. But Spellbreak's innovative gameplay might just be what the genre is looking for.
And Victor, what do you have there?
This one's sad. Game Revolution says 70. Here's hoping the game gets enough attention from players and receives the support to make it truly shine. And it didn't
with
get
retrospect,
Yeah, here's hoping.
All right, we're gonna go through some user reviews here.
Lost the Time says, pretty buggy, even though they did almost 2 years of alpha and betas. Other than that, pretty fun game. 0 out of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty harsh, honestly. But
Alexis says, amazing twist on the battle royale genre. I'm not a fan of guns, so I absolutely love the magic style. The artwork and graphics are fantastic, and I love the style as well. The outfits are great, and the only major downside I will say there is, in my opinion, is the shop. I can't stand rotating shops like in Fall Guys, where you're either encouraged to mass buy things you don't really want or to hoard your money forever, missing things you might have otherwise bought.
yeah, but they did give it a 10 out of 10. Victor, who do we have there? I don't know how to say that name.
Elaz
Sure, yeah.
says a complete car wreck in terms of balance. Also, beta testing on Steam and releasing it as an Epic exclusive is an unrespectful move.
Yes,
0 out of 10.
Connoisseur of my games that you left Steam like that is insulting.
Also unrespectful. Not a word.
Disrespectful. Not a word. Yeah,
Not a
disrespectful.
word.
Come on.
Disrespectful.
Now. Who wants to Frank, you got a Russian accent for me? This is a Russian translation.
I have a friend of mine who's Russian, and he really hates it when I do it.
Perfect.
So this one's for you, Gleb. This one's for you. An extremely interesting battle royale about magic. I remember old magic. Good dynamics and a lot of elemental interactions on the battlefield. Plays just like it looks. Good. There is not enough conditional voice acting of characters, dialogues, casts, and destructibility of the map, at least buildings, trees, but these are minor nitpicking.
Nice.
8 out of 10.
Ire Speaksic says This game is perfect for free times. What? This game is perfect for free times. Period. Just open it and forget the life. 20 dots, 7 out of 10. That guy, I am worried about him.
Yeah.
Because he's probably dead by now.
Uncle Ed says the main problem with Spellbreak is that this spellcasting gameplay doesn't really match to the battle royale genre. In an FPS, you would find cover, spot your enemy, and try to aim well. Your surroundings, environment, sounds are all integral parts of the core gameplay loop. In Spellbreak, however, most combats come down to enemies finding each other and engaging in a face-to-face combat until one of them dies. Unless more players join the combat, which only increases the number of casualties. There's no tension you would find in most battle royale games, and the satisfaction you get from killing another player or winning the game is minimal. And that is why I enjoyed the Dominion mode, which was introduced later, more. It is your typical King of the Hill mode in a much smaller map in comparison to Battle Royale. The problem with it, though, is even less popular than Spellbreak's Battle Royale mode, and you will wait several minutes for a single round, even during primetime hours. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, and I mean, I think his point is right that the gameplay style is going to be different than the other FPS games, like finding cover and sniping and that kind of gameplay. But that's also its strength. The fact that you're doing all these face-to-face combats is good, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was like a breath of fresh air. That was just different than all of those things, you know.
But I mean, to his point, the fact that the end, like I was saying earlier, it's not a battle. It's a game engine first, that in the most popular mode is a battle royale, but he's saying that the Dominion works better for him. And that face-to-face battling, like you can do a quick reset and get right back to it when you're doing that mode. So yeah, it's an interesting kind of gameplay thing, and I think both modes worked well. We had fun with Dominion and battle royale. There's always something exciting about starting with, I think in this game it's 24 people or so, and getting down to be the last ones. So there's always some excitement that comes with that, with battle royales, that I enjoy. But okay, so we're going to get into summing up our thoughts here. From the original kind of concept of the game to what we played, how do you think they did? How did they do developing this game? We can kind of leave out the, their live service support for it, but what do you think as a spell-based battle royale?
I loved it. I thought it was a ton of fun. I think the problem with a lot of first-person shooter games in general is like, I don't know, like it's how many combinations of a sniper rifle or reskinned versions of a shotgun, or what I mean, like an assault rifle. Like every game might be like a little different, but like, in this game the assault rifle shoots out spikes, so it's different. It's like, no, it's an assault rifle. In this game, I genuinely felt like it felt entirely different, like you were using spells and like creating, like, I don't know, it was cool. Like
the combinations are cool too. Like it definitely adds a lot to the battle, and I can see how knowledge of the game, how that would be such an advantage to you, knowing how to counter other players. You see someone with like a certain combination of gauntlets, you're like, I'm not going to engage in a fight with them. I gotta wait for someone else to start fighting them.
Or even like when we got into like one of our later fights, like they were running up the stairs and I was the toxicology person, so I was just like throwing it even before he came up, like splattering the stairs, so there was like puddles of poison everywhere, and it's cool. Like I don't know, I've literally zero complaints about it. Again, like if we went back and like it wasn't getting support, like that's a bummer. But it's really sad because it feels like if I had stumbled across this game sooner, I probably would have like really been invested in it. I really liked it.
Yeah. And like you're saying, it's hard for us to, because we've played one evening of it and I've played slightly more, but it's hard for us to speak to the longevity of it as well, because what keeps you coming back to this game, we're not gonna be able to talk about that really, because the chapter's not even active right now, so they don't have like a seasonal thing going. All we're getting to do is experience just kind of the basic gameplay mechanics. As far as coming back to it, like, I mean, we can see some things that we could earn by earning the in-game currency and buy skins, but that's kind of it. So there's not like a limited time for you to do these kind of quests, achievements, get to a certain level, do this with this skin, this kind of stuff that Frank knows best about the kind of quests that Fortnite will have. That's, I imagine, the kind of questing that they had in mind for Spellbreak. Ignoring the longevity part of it, it certainly seems like an enjoyable experience.
It's interesting that the person said there's less tension in the other games, and I felt like there was just as much tension in this one. You know what I mean? Because you really don't know, and especially when you're fighting someone who's invisible, because that happened to me twice. There was a lot, to me, that was a lot of tension because you can kind of see their gauntlets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't really see much else. And so I think
really
this game had its own
too.
tension. And, and that also depends on, Tom had said, what combination they're using and how proficient they are at using it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can get really overwhelmed, and you have to make the fight or flight decision. You know what I mean? And I do like the locomotion in this game is pretty quick,
Yeah.
So you can really kind of sometimes, run and hide. You know, if you get lucky enough, because once again, a lot of these attacks are very big and they do obscure a lot of the screen. So you could, almost kind of smoke screen your way out of certain situations, and possibly be able to heal on the side or something. So to me, this is actually kind of more interesting than a lot of battle royales in those aspects. You know what I mean? So it's a shame it's going away.
One of the reviewers had mentioned, and slightly off topic, but I'm watching some video about they wish there had been destructible environments, and that really would be a really cool addition to this game. It would have been just the boulders knocking out, landscape and trees burning down and stuff. I see this game and I'm like, wow, this really could have been. I think it is something cool, but like there's some more development that could have happened that would have made it just really cool and stand out. Victor, thoughts? How was the Xbox experience?
The Xbox, well, admittedly, again, I wasn't playing with sound, so that I think definitely takes away.
Missing one of the dimensions, gotcha.
Yeah, as I think it would be.
I really wanted you to speak to the sound design too, but it's all right.
I don't know, next time. I'll write it down. But I think it might be more fun on PC just because some of the controls are a little bit wonky. Like when you need to dash, they put it on your directional.
That felt wacky for us too, actually.
Oh, did it?
They weren't intuitive. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why they did that. And yeah, I agree. Like, destructive environments would be really cool. If I like it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. I wish you could do stuff like, some sort of I don't know what the right word for this would be, like, Captain Planet, our powers combined stuff, like where you, I know you can shoot stuff and kind of go off of that, but it'd be cool if you could, just hit some, really specific thing that you had to work together as a team. And,
that'd be cool for squads or duos. Yeah. To be able to have, like if you put 2 fire gauntlets together or something like that. Things that you wouldn't be able to do on your own. I gotcha.
Right. Like if you had a wind gauntlet, you put it together, you need to escape, and it shoots you up way in the air to escape a battle or something.
Yeah. They do have those kind of reset things, but they don't have it in that ability. That would be cool if like you had to do it for both of your primaries would have to be there, and to be able to do those ultimate abilities, that would be neat.
Yeah.
Make a Zord on them.
Exactly. It is a bummer that it'd be going away because it's fun. I like the animation design and, I died a lot. I got killed many times.
Got resurrected a lot too, man.
I did.
You came back so many times.
Yeah, I was like the little, what's the thing that follows Link around in Zelda?
Oh, Navi?
Yeah, that's who I was most of the time.
Just some look like Navi.
Like some sort of slow moving spirit. I wish you could dash around with that thing like a golden snitch, but you can't. Go ahead,
a couple times when I had like killed someone, they would be like running away from me, and it was like, get over here, you little bastard.
Yeah,
rip your existence apart.
But I could see it, and they know, so they were like, trying to run away.
It's very scary. Yeah.
All right. Well, what about our scores? We heard from some of the critics and the users. We could give this game a score on the 0 to 10 scale, but we play a lot of bad games. Games so bad they go past 0 on a normal scale, and they get to the negatives. A game with a negative score means that it's so bad you're enjoying it again. So what do you think about this game? 10 is a perfect game. 0 is in Garbage Can Valley. No enjoyment at all. And negative 10 is so bad that's perfect. So Tom, what do you think? Where would you put this on the scale?
It's obviously a good game.
Yeah.
And, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm riding on a little bit of high because, like, I think we won every match we played.
I think so.
Maybe if I got my ass handed to me each time, I would have been a little more sour about it,
Yeah.
But genuinely, I really do. For me, there was a little bit where I was, like, getting into PUBG. And I don't know, I went back to it not too long ago, and I don't know, man. Yeah, just sometimes that feeling of just getting sniped, just instant death, and you're like, you never saw it coming. Like, it's satisfying when you're the killer, you know, but
but often you're not.
Yeah, when you're the killee, it is, it's frustrating. And in this game, it just felt like, and I liked it. Like, I liked the fact that, like, yeah, maybe someone gets like a pot shot off at you, and like I was able to do things that, like I said, that rock drop that was like an instant kill, but that felt right. It felt like it wasn't a snipe. It was that like I was actually very close to him.
Skill shot. That's what it was.
No. I mean, like, I actually felt like I was close, and it felt more like I was using like the verticality. Like I was just above him, you know, and like if he, like, I wasn't hidden. Like if he cared to look as he was going, he would have seen. I was like on top of it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like the star on the Christmas tree. Like he should have seen me, but, so I don't know. It felt kind of satisfying just to be up there and be like, hee, and like just drop it. But yeah, no, I just think it was a ton of fun, and I think that I like the combat in it, in the way it rolls, and I think that aspect of team feels almost stronger in some respects because of that combination stuff. Like when Frank was fire and I was poison, like genuinely, I would see him like throw down stuff, and I'd be like intentionally shooting the poison at his fire, you know? Yeah. And I don't know. So I really liked it. I'm going to say 9.
Wow, 9.
Yeah.
Good grief, it's going to be the highest scoring game we've ever done here. All right, Frank, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm also going to go pretty high. I think the biggest points I have to pull off of it, you know, is the loading times. Just because, you know, I mean, we're going to be waiting in queue. It's because no one's playing it, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, but besides that, I really enjoy the rest of the game. So I'm going to give it an 8.
Wow, an 8 from Frank. All right. Victor, what do you think?
Well, certainly in comparison to all the other games I've played on Garbage Game Night, this one is way up there. That's probably the most fun that I can remember. Certainly one thing that helped is that we were all able to play together. I think,
that always helps.
You know, sometimes that doesn't happen. And I think I might give it a 9.
A 9, all right. Maybe you'll play this game one more time with sound on.
I think I just might. Maybe if I had some other players with me, I would play
that helps.
with sound on. I wanted to. Well, no, I'm going to sound like a griper, so I'll save it for later. But yeah, that's my
gripe.
No, gripe away. It's Garbage Game Night. Gripe.
Well, it's about the scores. It's about the scores that Chris is keeping, and I could be wrong.
Oh wow! Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay, what you got? We'll hear this out. All right.
I believe that
criticize the scorekeeper. Yeah.
No, just more of a question.
Like Victor, you're crushing it right now.
Winning.
Well, yes, but Frank he's a tail behind, and I've needed every advantage because he's
because you started at a -1, yeah.
Yeah, because I did start at a -1, but I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is there a point for guessing the correct whatever critic score? Yeah.
You know, I think I may not have given it to you.
Because I think you started to put it in there because I saw it change to a 6, and then it went back to a 5, and I was like, there's got to be a reason.
Maybe I hit cancel. Okay. If I review the tape and there's some funny business going on, though. Oof.
I don't know. Just
don't want a suspension from GGN. You wouldn't want that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. So that's why I don't bring things up. You know.
Sure. Yeah. Tread carefully. I got you.
It's been hard enough to get on here, so keep the point if you want. Distribute amongst the others. I don't know.
All right. Yeah. So you gave that one a 9. Very good. I'm gonna give this game an 8. I think it has a really strong structure. The bones of it are good. But like seeing it now, there's no incentive to keep playing it, and that's because of its kind of the live service that sort of just died out. And we know it's, there's no incentive to play it now because it's shutting down, but like I played a handful of games. I actually feel like I did pretty well in the solos too. We found out that you're against bots in the beginning, so you usually win that first one, but I started getting against what I felt were like some competent players. We're zipping around, circling each other, lobbing the spells. It's fun. But I won a couple of them, and then I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. And but I'm not sure what the incentive is to keep playing. It's a fun experience, but once I don't want to say it was like too easy by any means, but it's just like I'm not sure what the incentive to keep playing was though. So you really need those seasons and chapters to keep it going. But like the structure behind it was really good. So it's just disappointing to see this this shutdown and them abandon it essentially, and they got their contract with Blizzard. They were bought out by Blizzard, and that's what they're doing now. So I don't know. I'm sure they were passionate about this game. It's not like it was just a stepping stone, but it's still sad to see something die off, and that's just kind of the case with a lot of live service games. I think they said in their development that they mashed up a Dota 2 mod and some Viking style game to create this, and there is something about the like getting in further of the rings. Your character does become more powerful, and that feels like a MOBA, like a Dota. Like your character is leveling up, and you don't really unlock more spells as you go, but your character continues to get more powerful as you go, and
that is a fun thing.
They could have. I was when I think Frank, you were talking about mobility, and I was thinking like PUBG and Fortnite, they have vehicles. Like, what if you added like brooms to this game? Like there's so many cool possibilities about just different stuff you could do. Anyway, so yeah, an 8 for me. We have one more opportunity here to earn some points. I've got a list.
I'm still in it.
Still in it, Tom.
I've got a list here of. Hold on one second. I'll pause for a second to see if I can find and credit it. I don't know where I got this list from, so I guess I'm just gonna.
Is that an unsanctioned list?
It's an unsanctioned list that I'm just gonna steal from. Wow, it's weird. Why can I find the article lists? That I got it from? I've got an article here of the 40 most famous wizards, and you guys are going to get some points for anyone you can name. How about instead of there's going to be a lot of yelling if we do this. So why don't we do round robin?
Ooh.
And we'll start off. Let's see. Tom's at a -1 right now. We got Frank at 4 and Victor at 6. So Tom, who you got?
Harry Potter.
You're going to put Harry Potter on the board. All right, there's Harry Potter. He's on the list now. I don't make up the rules. I'm going off this list. You may say something. I may have to make a judgment call. I'm just going off the list, okay? I may make an allowance if like, wow, that really should have been on the list. But I'm just going off this list. This list that I can't even find the source for anymore. All right, Frank, who you got?
Gandalf the Grey.
Gandalf the Grey. We got Gandalf on the list. That's also going to count for Gandalf the White, all right?
I was going to say, is he there twice or not?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Victor, who you got?
Merlin.
Oh yeah, Merlin's on the list. I thought he
didn't make the list.
Be on the
list.
I was like, Merlin's like the wizard.
The OG wizard.
Tom, who you got?
How about the Wicked Witch?
The Wicked Witch of the West is on there. All right, and Frank?
I'll say also, I guess because maybe Galinda, the Good Witch.
Galinda is not on there.
Ooh.
I don't think.
No, she's not on there. She's not on there.
She's not on there, but we talked about her, and I think she should be on there. So I'm going to allow this as a judgment call. No.
She wasn't on the list. She wasn't on the list. All right, I get it.
You want to be out of the game? All right, you're out of the game.
It's out.
Right.
It's already out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
let that one slide because it's early.
All right. Take me out.
No. You're in it.
I fucked up.
Victor, what you got?
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore was, I think, second or first on the list. All right, and Tom, back to you.
Snape
was not on the list.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna allow it though, but I'm gonna allow
I'm
it,
on thin
and
ice.
we're gonna knock out all of Harry Potter. Okay,
Oh, wow.
Grindelwald was on there too for some reason. Grindelwald and Voldemort were on there. They're both out now.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Because you could just go down the list. You got Hermione. You got the greats. You got.
I'm not gonna lie. I am
McGonagall.
I am drowning. You just took out like my.
All right, Frank. You got one more for me?
So what's the classic? So is it just wizard?
Fictional. I mean, well, yeah, non-fiction too, but
Okay. Fictional wizards.
We're talking cartoons. We're talking books. We're talking movies, TV shows.
So I'm gonna say Genie from Aladdin.
Right.
Genie's not in here, but Jafar is.
Jafar.
So we'll knock Jafar off the list.
Jafar, yeah.
That was gonna be my.
You know what? No, I don't know. I feel like I should be out for that.
Frank
one,
really wants to get out of the game.
That
That's
was
fine.
right on my
All
plate,
right.
and that was my bad. I fucked it up. I'm out
of the game. Victor, what you got?
Oh my gosh. Well, here's where, Frank's questions are valid, because if it's somebody who uses magic, I mean, there's well, I don't want to be knocked out of the game for, asking something.
My judgment has a role in here,
Oh my gosh.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Because Jedis, they use kind of, I think they're referred to as wizards.
Okay, that's fair, but you're gonna have to come up with something else that's not on the list.
All right. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, there's no Jedis on the list.
Substitution.
All right. Is Saruman on there?
Saruman.
Because he's a wizard.
Why isn't Saruman on here? Sauron is on here, so I'm going to knock Sauron off. I think Saruman was supposed to be on there.
Yeah,
that's Saruman is more. I think it was Saruman, and I typed Sauron because that would make more sense.
Right.
So yes, Saruman.
All right.
Tom.
Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah.
The number one entry on the list is Sorcerer Mickey.
What?
Yes.
What you got, Victor?
I should get a point just for getting the number one.
My gosh.
And I'm in negative one.
It was the first thing on the list. I don't know whether it was 40th or first because again, I've lost the source. So.
Lost the source. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Wait, what? No. I just, as a joke, I wanted to say that.
You're gonna give an answer as a joke, okay?
Well, no. All right. I'm not going to, but I really want to.
You can tell me, and it won't be your answer.
Okay, I was gonna say that Sorcerer movie. I think it's the Sorcerer's Apprentice. No, is it Sorcerer's Apprentice?
Apprentices.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah, and Jay Baruchel.
Yeah, that was based off of the Fantasia skit. Yeah.
Was it? I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you said Sorcerer's Apprentice. I'm like, isn't that Fantasia? That's the name of the skit and in Fantasia. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, but what if it was Nicolas Cage?
What
if Jay Baruchel was Mickey Mouse?
Did that.
All right. Yeah. No, that's a whole movie. How many have we listed so far on the list? Can I ask that?
No, because I've deleted them as I've been going.
Why? Okay.
So that I didn't count them twice.
Agent of Chaos.
Oh my gosh, Chris.
Now he'll never know. He'll never be able to find the original list because he deleted them.
I need
I gotta rack my brain.
Music. No.
That's not thinking music.
There you go. All right, we're thinking.
Oh my god. This is the worst thinking music.
Play the good music, Chris.
You are
No.
okay.
There it is. Okay.
This is no, Chris. All right, I'm taking my headphones off. I'm gonna think for real.
What you got, Victor?
What about the witch from what's her name in The Sword and the Stone who fights Merlin? What's her name? Mad Madam Mim. Is she on there?
Is that actually her name?
Yes, it is.
Did you Google it, Victor?
No, I did not, Frank, because I remember her
God.
singing the song. I'm mad, Madam Mim. I didn't Google
she's
anything.
not on the list.
Oh, come on.
Did she use magic?
Yeah, she uses. They have a whole magic off. They do shape shifting.
Okay, since I just looked at the list and realized that they did put Palpatine on the list, and you said that, I'm gonna allow it. Okay.
Yeah, I think
all
that's
right, Victor,
just.
Tom, what you got?
What did we allow?
Bullshit.
He said Jedi earlier, and
So
I
we're-
said there was nothing
so
from
we're giving-
Star Wars,
we're
but
giving credit
Palpatine
for
was
that?
there, and because he came up with the name Mad Madam Mim.
Did you say whether or not you would allow the Nick Cage?
Don't you
'Cause I
dare,
feel
Tom.
like
Nick Cage as a person?
Because I feel like he didn't actually guess the Sorcerer's Stone, but
Okay,
you
what's his
didn't.
character's name?
You didn't actually
I
say.
said no. It's Nicolas Cage in The Sorcerer's Apprentice. No, I'm not. I know you got more people who
Oh,
use
God
magic.
damn it. I know one.
I
So
think-
stupid.
What?
No, Frank already said Genie.
Houdini?
Oh,
Doesn't
Houdini.
use magic.
That was a real person.
Tom.
That's different. That's sleight
It
of
wasn't
hand.
real magic, Tom. God damn it. You're so handsome.
Why is that?
Tom, I can't.
He's
that's all you
literally.
got, Tom? You're
He's
out?
literally a magician.
He's a trickster. He's a huckster.
I have.
I have what?
This is bullshit.
What
You're giving
you got,
Palpatine.
Victor? Tell me.
I can't remember his real name.
This
but
is so dirty.
He's the.
Think of any books that maybe
I know.
you've read, Tom.
What about
magic users?
Oh yes.
I got one. When you're done, Tom.
Oh, I mean, I remember the books that you and I read.
Can't remember his name though. Wow. Okay, you're definitely going to lose points for that.
He's a detective, and I don't own a single one of them because we did audiobooks. Shit.
What the fuck? I gifted you the newest book, Tom.
Did you? Wait, you really? I have a hard copy.
Well, he used to. And then he
Congratulations, Victor. What was the last one that you had?
I had the wizard from whose name is Tim from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
All right.
Okay, okay, Chris, I got two. Was Doctor Strange one of them?
Doctor Strange was one of them.
Yeah.
And Wanda?
Wanda didn't make the list for some reason, although she's the most powerful magic user in the MCU, apparently.
Yeah,
at least
and then...
MCU, yeah.
What was my other one? Fuck.
I didn't know we were counting witches. I don't know why I didn't make that connection.
I think witch is just a female version of
wizard,
right?
I know, but it just said wizard, so I had that in my head.
Yeah.
And didn't.
All right, well, their full list.
Also, was anyone from Wizards of the Poison Place on there?
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yes, Alex Russo, which is Selena Gomez's character, was on there. Also, we had Gargamel, Miracle Max from Princess Bride.
And what about I Dream of Jeannie? Jeannie.
Yeah, she probably should have been on there.
Well, that's why I asked. That's why I was like thinking of genies. I was like, do they count though? Because they're not really wizards.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was like one genie
Kagari
can make
from
it out
Little
another
Witch
genie.
Academia. So they're doing anime, I guess. We got
What?
Ursula.
Anime was an option?
Ursula.
We got Matilda. We got Bonnie
It
from
would've been
Vampire
Avatar,
Diaries.
or,
We got Fujimoto from Ponyo. We got Skeletor. We got Alina from Shadow and Bone.
Sabrina
we got
the
Willow
Teenage
from
Witch.
Buffy. We got Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yep. We got
What?
Melisandre from Game of Thrones. We got Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. We got
my
Carrie
gosh.
Dresden. Tom.
Damn it.
We got
Damn
Jennifer
it.
from The Witcher. We got Maleficent. We got the White Witch from Narnia and
You know what?
Shazam.
Chris,
Those are all of our wizards.
Chris, I want you to deduct 5 more points from me. Harry Dresden is a big part of our friendship, and
Wow, not big enough.
It should have been something that I used as a way to win, you know, and instead to not know is just so disrespectful. So.
Well, as you know, on GGN, the scores it's an invert. What's the I forgot the mathematical parabola. That's the word I'm looking for. So a negative is just as valuable as a positive. Unfortunately, you didn't quite overcome him. Still, you were at -6, Tom, and Victor, you're at a 7 after scoring that point. So congratulations.
Are you saying that I could just insult you the entire time?
I just made that rule up, but yeah, I think that's how it works.
It's like the next time we go on here, I'm just like straight up in the worst.
You coward! All right, I have the prize this evening on here. I have found a rubber duck 3D print with a sorting hat on its head. So congratulations, Victor. That will be your prize this evening. Yeah.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
cool prize, I think. But yeah, that
Does
is
he
the
float?
game. He will sink like a rock.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Because he's
like
a witch.
PLA plastic. It might float. I don't know. I guess it's going to be solid and it's got whole air inside, so it should probably float.
Wow.
But it might leak. So
Gonna have to burn him.
it's going to sink like a witch. Nice, I missed that.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of another one. Maybe is we all float down here. Does he
Is
use
he a
magic?
wizard?
I don't know.
I think it's more like a
Pennywise?
demon.
He's like an entity, like an evil entity.
Pennywise is evil embodied, I think. I'm only going to
So
take
you're
lose
wrong,
some
Tom.
more points and we're going to overcome. Congratulations, Tom.
Tom gets the ducky.
All right.
Well deserved.
Thank you guys for checking out Spellbreak. R.I.P. in peace, Spellbreak. It was a fun game. It's a shame it wasn't supported enough. So
147 days left if you want to try it.
All clips in this podcast were used in compliance with the U.S. Copyright Fair Use Exemption for criticism and commentary. Garbage Game Night makes no claims to ownership over any games played and has no affiliation with any developer or publishing company. For additional references on cited articles and quotes, check our episode-related blog at garbagegamenight.com. Or if you have a comment about the game we reviewed or have a suggestion, drop us a line.